Instagram is changing forever. So I'm going to explain to you what it actually means to you as a business owner, as an Instagram user, especially if you are currently using it for your business. So be sure to watch all the way until the end for all the juicy tips. Hey there, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jelena Ostrovska and I'm a content creation strategist, as well as my specialty is on Instagram content for coaches and consultants. So I'm somebody who creates organic social media content that converts for six-figure female entrepreneurs and coaches and consultants. So in this video, we're talking all about the Instagram updates. So first, let me play the video by the head of Instagram, Adam Mosseri. Chances are you might have already seen it, maybe you just overheard the conversation, maybe you just heard somebody else talk about it, but the whole Instagram has been buzzing because of what he said, and that has been one phrase: Instagram is no longer just a photo sharing app. We're now a more focus-oriented platform. So let's watch Adam's video first, and I'm gonna play it here inside this video and we'll get right back. So now you're gonna have a little bit of more context to what we're talking about right now.
Hey everyone, I thought it would be good to start sharing more about what we're currently working on internally at Instagram, just to give you a sense of what's coming before it comes. Right now, we are trying to build new experiences primarily in 4 areas. The first is creators, and I've talked a lot about creators and trying to help them make a living. And this has to do with the shift in power from institutions to individuals across industries. The second is video. Video is driving an immense amount of growth online for all the major platforms right now, and it's one that I think we need to lean into more, and I'm going to actually talk about that more in a minute. The third is shopping. Now, the pandemic shifted or accelerated the shift of commerce from offline to online by a number of years, and we're trying to lean into that trend. And the fourth is messaging. How people connect with their close friends has changed a lot over the last 5 years or so, and has moved primarily to messaging away from feed and stories products. But today I actually want to talk a bit more about video. And I want to start by saying we're no longer a photo sharing app or a square photo sharing app. The number one reason people say that they use Instagram in research is to be entertained. So people are looking to us for that. So actually this past week in our internal all hands, I shared a lot about what we're trying to do to lean into that trend, into entertainment and into video. Because let's be honest, there's some really serious competition right now. TikTok is huge, YouTube is even bigger, and there's lots of other upstarts as well. And so people are looking to Instagram to be entertained, there's stiff competition, and there's more to do, then we have to embrace that. And that means change. So what you're gonna see over the next couple months really is us start to experiment more in the space of what we call recommendations. So showing you things in feed that you may not be following yet. We just started testing an early version of this last week. This week there's a new version that's coming out with topics where you can say which topics you want to see more of or less of. But we're also going to be experimenting with how do we embrace video more broadly. Full screen, immersive, entertaining, mobile first video. And so you'll see us do a number of things or experiment with a number of things in this space over the coming months. Now, we have an idea of where we want to end up in a half a year or a year's time, but I'm sure things are going to change many times between now and then. This isn't something that we can just do overnight. So you'll see us iterate and try and be very public about what we're doing and why with videos like this one. Anyway, hopefully you'll enjoy it. Peace.
Okay, so a lot of people have been mad about the fact that Instagram is going to be more focused on entertainment, on the videos, on, not necessarily on photo platforms, and especially a lot of creators that don't use entertainment inside of their marketing strategy. They have been pretty pissed, right? So that has been the whole situation going on. I've published this status update right here, and I've got a lot of comments, and I've seen a lot of people, I've got about like 40 people shared it, and I've seen their feedback. I've seen the kind of things a lot of people have been saying, and I know a lot of people feel kind of discouraged right now, but I want to encourage you by the fact that there is one keyword that Adam said that a lot of people just completely overlooked and just went into the crazy mode saying, oh, I'm gonna stop using Instagram, it's time to leave the platform, all that kind of stuff. So a lot of, some people may leave, but not really. The keyword here is just, okay? So he said Instagram is not just a photo sharing platform, or he said no longer just a photo sharing platform. It's still going to be photos, it's still going to be images, because we don't really have a better photo sharing platform as of right now. I mean, maybe down the line, 5-10 years from now, we're gonna have something else, but as of right now, we still all go to Instagram because it is photos. It is, like, we do have a lot of video content already, and Instagram has made that shift already. It has been gradual over, I would say, at least 3 to 4 years, ever since we've started getting the stories, the IG live, the IGTV, and now Instagram Reels. Okay, so now let me share with you how you can turn this entire Instagram algorithm change in your favor, and how you can adjust your content strategy without sacrificing your love for images and carousels and all that good stuff. So strategy number one, this is something that I have already been implementing for myself and for my clients, is when you create a Canva graphic, right? So a lot of us are Canva users. I believe I've done several tutorials about Canva, so I'm going to link them down below in the description box. Definitely check them out. There is one video actually that I did right here, 17 Canva hacks that you may have not known actually existed. So let's first talk about how you can adjust those graphics. So Canva as a platform actually has evolved so much, and just recently I was on a call with a couple of my colleagues, and I was sharing with them all the things that you can do inside of Canva, including creating videos. You can create a QR code, you can improve your type forms if you're using quizzes or schedulers or something like that, and not to mention you can even add audio to your videos. So what you can do with your graphics, if you're creating a Canva carousel, like the one that slides, or just a regular image, instead of it just being static, you can add animation to your text, or you can use one of the animated elements. So in order to make this more visual, I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick screen share, and you'll see what I mean. Okay, so I'm going to show it to you on the side of my Instagram account how I'm using that video functionality. So for example, this post right here, so the first image starts as a video, which makes obviously the piece of content a video. Then the other one, for example, this one, it had several different animations, and I also could have added animations here. So I'm going to show you how to make them easily in Canva. So we're gonna already have an Instagram post started, so we're gonna just go ahead and use something like a simple template right here. So for example, you can put a question, how do I create an online course? Something like that, right? And then let's make it all in one line. And then I don't know if we can shorten that, it's kind of weird. So we're gonna just put it like that, and then position. Okay, so what you can do is you can click on any element and you can animate each of them separately. So for example, this one is just gonna like fade. And then the text, what you can do, you can add another animation, for example, a typewriter. So, and then the Canva actually is going to show us that this is going to be a 5-second clip. And if you think about it, you can do this for any type of content, for Instagram Reels, you can do this for IGTV, for, I mean, honestly, any piece of content where you don't even want to show your video, because it is going to turn it into a video. So, and then you can also play it and see how the final look is going to look like. So this is how this post would look like on Instagram, and you would download it obviously as MP4 in a video format. Now here's something else. If you want to change that kind of post into, let's say, an Instagram reel, so let's see, where's that resize? So we can resize that into, let's see, I believe it's going to be like an Instagram story. So we're going to just resize that, and then this can get like a little bigger if you know, obviously, so it's readable. And then what you can do is you already have this video, then you can add another graphic and then several, and then they are going to be played like a video. And then you have to just be mindful of the length, because Instagram Reels only allow 30-second video clips. And on top of that, what's cool about Canva is that they basically allow you some sort of like basic video editing right now. What you can do is you can click more and you can go into the audio library and you're just gonna drop the music here, and then you're gonna have to select which part of it you want to be played for, like during your video, right? And then at the end you're gonna have to play it, and there you go, the video, a reel that you don't even have to have your face on. As you can see by the tutorial, it's pretty simple to turn your graphics into, video format that is going to be pushed out into the algorithm way more, because every single video, no matter how it looks like, if it's moving, right, even if it's just a regular GIF or GIF that you insert in a graphic, it is going to be considered a video. So definitely leverage that to your advantage. Okay, strategy number 2 is the obvious one that everybody's talking about right now, and that is Instagram Reels. So that's the platform right now for video creators, for coaches, consultants, e-commerce businesses, honestly anybody that can leverage, using video content for themselves. But what you can also do is you can also create videos where you don't even have to use your face. So I actually did a full workshop around Instagram Reels where you can check out. It looks like this, so check it out in the description box below. It's a 2 to 3 hour workshop that I did with everything you need to know about the Reels. And I'm also sharing different ways, I believe I do share that there, how to create videos without even showing your face. So there are creative ways to do that. Again, you can also use Canva. And I do have a separate video on my channel right here where I share the entire step-by-step tutorial and the blueprint to Instagram Reels that you can leverage right now. But again, Instagram actually leaked some information the other day, and I will have a separate video about that as well, that they are about to pay out about $1 billion to creators that are going to be leveraging Reels, and all of that money is going to be paid out to creators like yourself until the end of the year 2022. So they're obviously giving those incentives for people to start using Reels. And I mean, if you already are, then you might as well get paid for it. You know what I mean? So definitely leverage the Reels and check out the workshop. Another strategy that you can also utilize inside of your content strategy for Instagram is start going live. So you already have the option to do that. You don't have to be doing that every day unless you challenge yourself to just go live every single day, and that's going to be your 30 days of content. But what you can do, and that's something that I do every single time on my account, every single time I go live, you prepare your IGTV in advance. And what I mean by that is before I go live, I prepare a thumbnail that I'm going to use, I prepare my hashtags, and I prepare my description that I'm going to put underneath that video, right? And then I go live, and I generally have, like these days, I try to have an actual script, like with the bullet points, so I know exactly what I need to cover, so I stay on track and I don't get distracted with the comments and whatnot. And then, I turn that video, I publish it as an IGTV right away. So that way you catch 2 rabbits at the same time. You not only build relationships and deeper connection with your audience that you bring into your account, but you also publish it as an evergreen piece of content that people can go and watch anytime they land on your account. Strategy number 4, show your face in stories. So every now and then jump into stories, share a quick tip, share, what you're up to during the day, if it's relevant to your business. There are times when I jump on and I just share, whatever, or like the day-to-day struggles. Like the other day I had a day full of technology just not working whatsoever. So you can share something like that, but you can also leverage your Instagram stories, which each of them, as you probably already know, 15 seconds, 15 seconds, 15 seconds, 15 seconds. And then usually I still get cut off about once I record a minute worth of videos in the stories and then have to start all over again. So what you can do is you can prepare a few quick tips. It can even be just 2 stories, and you share, 2 quick tips about a particular topic inside of your industry that's relevant for your audience. You record those 2 stories. It's a 30-second clip. You download them into your phone, and then it's going to be a video that you can go ahead and repurpose, a couple of days later into your Reels, right? Or something else that you can do, and that's also a pretty effective strategy. Obviously not better than Reels in terms of growth, but you can still use that. So if you have been, rambling for, I don't know, like a minute or two on your stories, and it's, again, you download the whole video and you save, again, it saves as a video, then you can go add some editing if you want to. You don't necessarily have to, but honestly, like, you already are likely going to have some editing done if you have access to captions on Instagram. I still don't, because I'm not a US based account, so it's kind of unfortunate I don't still have that. But you can leverage that, already have the captions in front of the people's faces, or you add some text, so it's, because a lot of people do watch videos without the sound, and then that 1 or 2 minute clip, publish it as an IGTV, and there goes another video piece of content that you don't necessarily have to think too much about. So definitely reuse your videos as much as you can. And I will share with you one more extra hack that just came into my mind that wasn't actually a part of the script of this video. If you already have Facebook Lives, Instagram Lives, or IGTVs, right? If you have YouTube videos, if you have TikToks, anything that you have not used, any video content that you have not used yet before on your Instagram account, go ahead and repurpose it. So if you have, like a 2-minute YouTube video, so this is something that we're implementing right now with one of my Instagram clients. So she has videos on YouTube, so we're about to take them, publish them as IGTV, and then also republish them as Reels. So you can go ahead and cut out 15 seconds out of the video with a quick tip that's inside the video. You don't have to re-record it, and then you just go ahead and publish it as a Reel. All right, so let's talk about the Instagram shops. So this feature has been around for a while, and this is the post published by creators on Instagram that is talking more about the shops, and they're definitely pushing this platform more. And you know how we used to say that people don't go to social media to buy? Now they actually do. How many times have you said TikTok made me buy it? Like, a lot. So Instagram is trying to do the same thing, but incorporate the shops. So basically what they're saying is, for creators who want to sell their own merchandise or making it easier to add an existing shop or open a new shop on their Instagram profile. So for creators who already have their own shop, they can now link their business profile to their personal profile. This allows them to display and sell their products directly to fans through a view shop button on their profile. So, and you are likely already familiar with this feature, but I believe they're just rolling this out to more and more accounts, and it might already be available for everybody. And then they're showing here some examples in terms of how it's going to look like. So if you have a business or a creator account, you can have that kind of shop available. So that's basically all there is to that update. So, you'll be able to link your accounts with your, whichever platform that you're using. And yeah, that's ultimately what it's going to look like when you try to open a shop. This is the pop-up that I keep seeing like several times. So all you have to do is get started, and then, the system is going to walk you through the whole process. All right, so now that we have covered the video features and Instagram shopping, so if shopping is something that you want to implement for your particular business, you can definitely go ahead and get that set up and connected with your main store. So now let me dive into the new update that I randomly found in my account while publishing stories, but this is going to be very useful for those of you who are busy. So you can now record your Instagram stories on your phone and save them in the draft folder. So this is incredibly useful for you if you are busy or you just don't want to show up every single day on stories and you kind of want to pre-record them. I know it's one of those places where you are like raw and real and unedited with a tiny bit of filter or something like that, but it is going to be incredibly useful if you have especially a product launch coming up, when you're launching a group coaching program, a one-on-one program, and you're preparing that promotional content far in advance. So what you're going to be able to do is you will be able to basically batch your stories ahead of time and save them in the draft folder and publish them on the day when you need them. Now, I know this may sound like, well, Jay, I can already do that. Just save all that stuff to my phone. Yeah, you can, but it's also easier to go and find it in the draft folder inside of stories rather than going and scrolling through your entire phone, right? Because things do get lost easily, especially when you have a lot of graphics and photos and videos and all that good stuff. But you gotta be mindful of one thing. So the draft folder is only going to keep your videos or, photos, stories up to 7 days. So after day 7, they are going to be gone. So what you want to make sure of is every single time that you batch your stories on Instagram, make sure that you don't, give yourself 5 days to post them, like just to be extra safe, because you never know. Like, I've lost content, you probably have lost content as well, but this is definitely an option that you can do, especially if you have, like, I don't know, you don't want to do anything on the weekend, you just want to lay down in your pajama and not get out of bed. You can still have those stories go into your draft folder, publish them, and keep binge watching your favorite Netflix series. All right, and one more Instagram update that I'm actually pretty excited about, because this has been a long one coming. So now that we have been able to do a lot of things on desktop on Instagram, right? We can watch the Instagram reels, we can find accounts, we can manage all of our DMs on desktop as well without needing an external application or anything like that. The one missing feature that was happening has been publishing from desktop. Right, so this is extremely useful for social media managers as well, that you don't always use your phone, but you're now able to schedule your content from your desktop, not necessarily schedule, but publish. So we're going to dive into the screen. So I'm going to show you the feature on one of my clients' account. I'm going to blur the details for obvious reasons. And I'm going to show you how it works, and we're going to try to, upload something without actually publishing it yet to her account. So, so let's get into it. Okay, let me show you how to actually publish on Instagram using your desktop. So, essentially, this is how it's going to look like. You're going to have like all of these functionalities right here. The Messenger, that is now a combined Messenger with Facebook and Instagram. Then, the Explore feed, this is new. And then the plus button is obviously where you're going to upload the post. So let's go ahead and see what kind of posts we can use as a test. So we're going to see what kind of downloads. It's taking a while. Okay, so let me just use like a picture like this, for example. Okay, so you can see original, which Instagram does not really support just any file size, and that's the same applies for all the schedulers that you use outside of Instagram. It got to be either the square or portrait or landscape. So just like on, this is obviously not good. So we're going to use portrait. So then you can also add several posts and you can publish carousels, which is a good thing. And then you would go next and select all of your filters. So whichever one you want, like all the, the ones that we used to use way before. You can edit anything, like there was a whole editor right here, which is nice that they moved it over here to desktop. And then essentially you would just write the caption just like you would on mobile. You would add the location, all the emojis, accessibility. You do want to make sure that you write the alt text. And then the advanced settings, if you want, you can just disable the comments. And then there is no option for you obviously to schedule. So you would only be able to share it in real time. So like I said, if you're editing something in Canva and then you download that entire carousel and you just publish on the fly, if you're into that kind of thing, and you're going to be able to just share right away on desktop. Now, the downside about it is the fact that not every single account has it yet. There are some clients of mine that still don't have that feature just yet, so hopefully it is coming up. But, if you don't want to use any external schedulers, or you just want to go ahead and create your content, you're creating your content on the fly, for example, you create a graphic in Canva, you write the caption, and you're just doing all of that on your desktop, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to, move images between, because that tends to be very daunting and time consuming, creating the graphic on Canva on desktop, then sending it to your phone, then from your phone, copying everything. It's a lot of hard work, right? So this is going to definitely save you a lot of time of this back and forth, not necessary stuff. All right, so these are all the updates that I have for you so far regarding Instagram. I really hope this video was valuable. Let me know what is your favorite update so far, and what do you think about the whole, Instagram turning more into a video platform rather than just photos. And I'm saying just because it is a keyword, right? So I believe Instagram is definitely still gonna have the photos, it's still the platform for photographers, wedding planners, and just photographers, photographers, especially artists, actors, so many different, like visual industries. So I definitely do believe that it is going to be here to stay. So anyways, I really do appreciate you watching. If you made it all the way until the end of this video, be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and be sure to hit the bell sign as well, so you get notified every single time there is new content on the channel. And in the meantime, check out these two videos right here while you wait for the next week's video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.